Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. Today we are going to see Class 9 Science Chapter 3 Tissues in Action. In that we are going to see animal tissues. So today we'll be learning about animal tissues and also four main animal tissues and also the structure of different epithelial tissues and about the connective tissues, about skeletal, smooth and cardiac muscles, its structure and its type of movement and also structure of neuron. So before entering the topic, just have a gist about the topic. So we already know that in plants, similar cells, they combine to form tissues that perform specific functions. So we have seen this in our previous videos also. Yes, in the same way, animal cells also group together to form animal tissues. So animals, we know that they move from one place to another, right? So their tissues are more specialized and complex than the plant tissues. Let's begin this with this simple activities. You just blink your eyes, clench and open your fist and take a deep breath. Touch something hot or cold. Just to think which tissue helped you to blink. Yes. Which tissue helped you feel the heat. Which tissue allowed oxygen to enter your blood. Or which tissue keeps your skin attached to your body. Answer is different. Tissues perform different jobs, but their structure is specially designed to suit their function. So today we are going to learn about the four major animal tissues. Four major animal tissues. So every tissue has a unique role in keeping our body alive. Let's start with the epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissue, it covers the body and lines the internal organs. So just think of it as the body's protective covering or a wrapper. So what is this function? See, it functions include protection, absorption, secretion, and also exchange of gases, right? So next is the connective tissue. So it connects the different body parts. What it does? Connective tissue connects different body parts. So examples like a blood, bone, cartilage, tendons, yeah, ligaments. So without connective tissue, our body would literally fall apart. So next one is the muscular tissue. So muscles produce movement that we know very well. So it helps in walking, running, smiling, yeah, writing, heartbeat, yes, everything. Muscles are very important. Next is the nervous tissue. So it controls and coordinates the whole body. So it receives the information, it processes and sends instructions. So just to think, see when you accidentally touch a hot object, your nervous system immediately tell your muscles to pull your hand away, right? So just have a like a quick memory trick. Every clever monkey notices, just every clever monkey notices in that E is the epithelial, C is the connective, M is the muscular and N is the nervous. So next let us see the epithelial tissue. So imagine your body as a house. So every house needs walls and doors, right? So similarly, these epithelial tissues also, it forms the outer covering. What is the outer covering of our body? Skin. Outer covering is skin. And also it lines the inside of the organs like mouth, lungs, blood vessels, stomach and intestine. So what is the structure? The cells are packed very closely to each other. Yeah, they are closely packed. They are closely packed together. So there is almost no space between them. No space between them. Why? Because closely packed cells, they prevent the germs from entering. They prevent the germs from entering and also they reduce the water loss. Yeah, and also protect the delicate organs. Besides protection, these epithelial tissues also perform absorption, secretion, movement of substances, and also exchange of gases. So, different epithelial tissues have different shapes depending on the work they perform. Just think why don't germs easily enter our body through healthy skin? Because epithelial cells fit together like a tightly arranged bricks. That's why it cannot enter our body. So let's see types of epithelial tissues. We know that different organs need different kinds of epithelial cells. So let's understand each one. So let's see the first one. Here we have, I have given you the function and structure and where in the body it is located. Yeah. So these are the different types of epithelium. Let's see the first one. So first one, we can call it as exchange epithelium. So this exchange epithelium, it has a one thin layer of flat cells. It has a one thin layer of flat cells. So it allows oxygen and carbon dioxide to pass quickly, right? And where it is located in the lungs and blood vessels. So just to think of it as a thin window through which gases easily pass. So next one is the protective epithelium. Yeah, so there are many layers of tightly packed cells. So what is its function? So it protects against injury and friction and also microbes. And where it is located in the skin, mouth and esophagus. Like you can say like wearing several layers of clothing for protection. So next one is the secretory epithelium. Yes, it produces useful substances like saliva, mucus, yes, sweat, and digestive enzymes and hormones. So where it is found? It is found in the salivary glands, sweat glands, and also stomach lining. So next is the sensory epithelium. So it contains the specialized receptor cells. What it contains? Specialized receptor cells with tiny hair-like cilia. So it helps in smell, taste, hearing, balance, and where it is found in the nose, taste buds, and also in inner ear. Next one is the absorptive epithelium. They are tall. How they are? They are tall pillar-shaped cells. So usually they have tiny finger-like projections to increase the absorption. Where it is found? It is found in the small intestine. And what is the function of this one? See, it absorbs the digested nutrients and water. Just imagine a shopping mall. Okay. So security guards are like protective epithelium, and the food court is like a secretory epithelium, and escalator is there, right? That is your exchange epithelium, and the reception disc or the desk is like a sensory epithelium, and the shopping bags collecting items are absorptive epithelium. So let's start with the connective tissues. So unlike this epithelial tissue that covers the organs, connective tissues joins different body parts together. So what it does, it provides support, connection, transport, and also protection. So our NCERT book, so it has introduced blood and bone first because both are connective tissues. So let's talk about the blood. So blood is a fluid connective tissue. Yes. So its matrix, this fluid matrix is called plasma. So plasma, it forms about 55% of the blood and the remaining are 45%. Those are nothing but blood cells, right? So let's see the components. So the first one is the RBC. They just contain the hemoglobin. So hemoglobin, it can carry the oxygen and they live for about 4 months before it is being replaced. So next one is the WBC. So these are they fight disease causing microbes. So during the infection, they just gather at the infected area and it causes some redness, swelling and pus. So last one is the platelets. So they help in blood clotting. So whenever you get a cut, platelets prevent excessive blood loss by forming a clot. So just to think and see children, why does blood clot after injury? Because platelets quickly collect at the damaged area. So next we are going to see bone. So bone is also a connective tissue. So unlike blood, is matrix is hard, right? And because it contains the calcium and phosphorus compounds. And what is its function? It gives support to you and also protection and is the framework of the body and also helps in the movement. So next we are going to see cartilage, tendon and ligament. So what is in cartilage? Say try to bend your ear. So it bends but returns to its original shape, right? Why it happens? Because cartilage is flexible. Because cartilage is flexible. Where it is found? It is found in the ear, nose, and joints. And also, what is its function? It is use flexibility, shock absorption, and also smooth movement. Next is the tendon. So touch your forearm. Yes, touch your forearm while moving your fingers. You can feel muscles moving, right? Why it is happening? Because tendons, they connect the muscle to the bones. So they transmit the pulling force produced by muscles. So next one is the ligament. Now move your knees. It stops after a certain angle, right? Why does it keep bending? Because the ligaments connect bone to bone and they provide stability and also prevent dislocation. So here you can in this picture you can able to see is tendon you can able to see, and here this is the cartilage and this is the ligament. Yes. So memory trick you should remember tendon muscle to bone, that is tend, right? It attaches muscles, and then ligament bone to bone, it is linking bone to bone. Always remember this. So next one we are going to see the muscle tissues. So muscles, they help us perform movements, and there are two types of movements. One is the voluntary movement and another one is the involuntary movement. So voluntary movement means the movements which are under our control, like walking, writing, running, dancing. Yes, all these are performed by the skeletal muscles. So what are the features of the skeletal muscles? They are long, cylindrical, they are unbranched cells, they are multinucleate, striated, and they are attached to the bones, or we can say skeleton. And then involuntary movements, they occur automatically, like your digestion, your heartbeat, yes. And then smooth muscles, they are found in stomach and intestine, where you can find, it can be found in stomach and intestine. So what is this feature? They are spindle shaped cells and they are single nucleus and also no striations. So it produces continuous movements. It produces continuous movements. And then cardiac muscle. They are found only in the heart. Cardiac muscle, they are found only in the heart. What is features? See, it is branched, right? It is branched cells. It is striated, yes, faint striations you can see, and single nucleus. And it works continuously throughout our life without getting tired. Yeah. So, can you stop your heartbeat by thinking? Is it possible? No, right? Because cardiac muscles work involuntarily. So, next we are going to see nervous tissue. Just like imagine the human body as a large company. Who gives instructions? Can you tell? The manager, right? So in our body, brain is the manager. Who is the manager? Brain is the manager because brain is a control center, right? And also it controls every activity. So nervous tissue forms the communication network. So let's see the structure of the neuron. So here in this picture, you can able to see the cell body here. Inside the cell body nucleus, you can able to see, and these are the dendrites, and this one the wire-like connection, this one is the axon, and the end are there, no, these are the axon terminals. Yeah, let's see the parts of a neuron. So the basic parts unit of a nervous tissue. What is a neuron? Is a basic unit of nervous tissue. So what it does, it receives, it processes, and also it transmits messages. So first part is the cell body. It contains the nucleus. Yes, it contains the nucleus, and also it controls the cell. It controls the cells, contains nucleus and controls the cell. Next is the dendrites. So dendrites, it receives messages. Just to think of them as an antenna, right? And next is the axon. It carries the messages away from the cell body. So it carries the messages away from the cell body, like it acts like an electric wire. And the last one is the axon terminal. That passes the message to the next neuron or muscle. Just one example for you. Touch a heart vessel. See, your skin receptors send the signal through neurons to the brain. The brain immediately sends another signal to muscles, right? Your hand quickly moves away. So everything happens in a fraction of second. So next we are going to see some activity. Which tissue is working? Yes, let's revise your using everyday actions. So first one, blink your eyes or clench your fist. So is like a muscular tissue. And then next one is touching something warm or cold. So it's a nervous tissue. It senses and carries the messages. And take a deep breath. Air enters blood, right? So epithelial tissues allow gas exchange in the lungs. Next, skin holds the body together is connective tissue and also epithelial. So bind and cover the body. So here are some memory tips and easy ways to remember. So, for animal tissues, I told you before, every cat moves naturally. So, epithelial, connective, muscular, and nervous. E, C, M, N. Tendon was ligament. T, it attaches the muscles to the bone. And the L, that is the ligament, attaches bone to bone. So, tendon ties muscles to bone, and ligament links bones to bone. And three muscles, they are the skeletal. So you can willingly you can move, others you cannot. So skeletal is voluntary, smooth and cardiac or involuntary. And cardiac never tires. So heart muscles is like a marathon or runner. Yes, cardiac muscle is branched and straighter and beating lifelong without fatigue. So here is some revise, reflect and refine and recall. So why are epithelial tissue lining internal organs usually one or a few cells thick? Because in order to allow the quick exchange of materials. And which muscle type is unbranched, multinucleate, striated and under our conscious control? Skeletal muscles. Yes. So next let us see revise, reflect, refine, think deeper. So have given you some assertion and reason also. So assertion is epithelium is well suited for gas exchange in the lungs. Reason, it has many layers of tall cells that slow diffusion. Are both correct? See, assertion is true, but the reason is false, right? Because exchange epithelium is a single thin layer of, it is for fast diffusion. And cardiac muscles can contract continuously without fatigue. What features of its cells make this possible? Because it is having plenty of mitochondria and also rich blood supply gives it a constant energy and oxygen supply. And then tendons connect bone to bone and allow joint movement. Is this correct? Tendon will connect bone to bone? No, right? Ligaments, right? So it is incorrect. Tendon connect muscle to bones and ligaments connect bone to bone. So this is wrong. Why can blood and bone, one fluid, one rigid, both be called connective tissue? Because see, both connect or support the body, and the difference comes from the matrix, that is the fluid part. Okay. So we have come to the conclusion part. So what we saw like animal tissues are of four types: epithelial, connective, muscular, and nervous. And also this epithelial tissue covers the body and it lines the body. Yes, and is performing protection, absorption, and also secretion, sensation, and exchange. And this connective tissue is supports and connect the body parts, and also blood, bone, cartilage, tendons, and ligaments differ mainly because of their matrix. And tendons join muscle to bone while ligaments join bone to bone. And then muscular tissue, it enables the movement, and skeletal muscles are voluntary while smooth and cardiac muscles are involuntary. And the last, nervous tissue made up of neurons, it receives, processes and transmits messages and also helping the body to sense, communicate and respond. So we have concluded this topic, children. Watch the full video. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.